G'day, welcome to Endurance Room. I hope you're doing well. I thought we could kind of pick up where we left off in the last video. We were talking about making a fire in deep snow. And in that video, I used white birch bark as my tinder resource to get the fire started. Not everybody has access to it. You know, personally, I don't have ready access to it, depending on where I'm at. So I thought we could take a look at some other natural resources that you might be able to utilize in your area. Welcome to Endurance Room. So up first, we have yellow birch. We used white birch, but this is yellow, and this might be a little bit more common for you guys to find. This was pretty readily available in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, and pretty widespread throughout the eastern woodlands. So just like white birch, you see those horizontal lines going across the bark. That is indicative of a birch tree. You can see the paper-like bark just peeling off of it. That is an awesome, awesome tinder source. It's easy to identify, it's easy to harvest, and it's easy to ignite with flame. It's not the best with spark with your ferro rod. You can get it to go, but yellow birch. Let's see what else we can get. Right over here. Here's another conifer. Whole tree's dead. I'm not 100% what this one is. Don't really recognize the bark. So what I'm looking at here are these dried branches on here. They're pencil diameter, even less. Really dry, really brittle, but this will take flame, no problem. Once again with our lighter. This too. Those trees were about 10 feet apart. Oh, here's another one. See the brown leaves? Those are all beech trees, which are pretty common in the eastern woodlands. Unlike other deciduous trees, they stay on the branch. They're called ghost leaves. Let's see what we can do with these. So here's one with a lighter. All right. Cool. Very cool. The beech leaves ignite with both flame and spark. Burns really fast, so if you're going to be using that as your tinder source, you definitely want to collect a lot of it, you know, probably like a football-sized wad, and probably combine it with some other material to help extend the flame so you can get your small sticks going. You know, typically, leaves, it's not something I think about for a tinder resource, especially leaves that are down on the ground. If it's on the ground, it's usually got moisture, and it's not ideal. But these beech leaves, being up in the air like that, just drying out in the wind, definitely makes it a viable resource. Very cool. You know, Josh Enyart, Gray Bearded Green Beret, was just talking about these the other day and put it on my radar. So definitely shout out to Josh. He's an amazing instructor. Definitely learned a lot from him. Here we have another one. I believe this is a horseshoe fungus, horseshoe mushroom. There's a bunch of them on this tree. It's a dead tree. There's some more up there, different species. Let's see what these do. So I've got an ember there. So I just use my knife to rough up the fungus and expose some of the material. Now, we don't have flame, but we have an ember, which is long burning. And you can use that ember to ignite your tinder bundle, your bird's nest, you know, grasses, barks, whatever you got. Seen guys light this up with flint and steel. You could light it with a ferro rod, or you can use lighter like I just did. Pretty cool. I've never played around with this before. And then it's reusable. Like after you're done with it, you just bust off the ember and you know, you could use it many, many times. Or you could use this to carry spark, to carry that ember across distance. Pretty cool. That's real old school. So here we have a green branch. This is beech, and I'm going to use the back of my saw here to process the bark down. You can do this with pretty much anything you see in the forest. You can do it with green wood, you can do it with dry wood. This is a technique I learned from Graybearded Green Beret. Man's a wealth of knowledge. He showed this on some wild rose, but you can do this on pretty much, you know, anything you come across in the forest. I demonstrated this technique in an overnight video a few months ago. I shaved the bark down next to my campfire, and then I let it dry out there in the heat. And then in the morning, I had a nice big fluffy bird's nest ready to go for my morning campfire. It's a great way to process tinder, and you can do it very fast, very efficiently. You just need to let it dry out. And you can do that next to your fire, next to your body, inside of your clothing. You can do it in the open air, in the sunlight, you know, a couple hours, it'll be good to go. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, just let me know down below. Shout out to my buddy Jake from Clearly Canadian. He asked about tinder resources on the last video, aside from birch bark or fat wood, which are commonly known but not commonly available. So there's definitely other things out there in the forest that you can utilize. If you got any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help. All right, everybody. Hope you're good. Cheers.